Hey guys, inside this video, we're going to be talking all about SLO funnels, also known as self-liquidating offers, also known as acquisition funnels. And, we're going to get into the beans here of why these funnels are so important and why every single business absolutely in 2025 and beyond must be using an SLO funnel. Why they're so important. We're going to give you an entire breakdown. We're going to go through some examples and some funnels that I was running all the way back in 2020 during a freaking pandemic, and it still did over $10,000 in sales in just 30 days. So, and that's like from day 1 to day 30. These things are really easy to put together. And the best part is you already have all of the templates inside of this course. Everything is templated out for you. You get the whole funnel, all the emails, everything all inside of this package. And that's why I wanted to shoot an entire training course just on SLOs, because this is like the number one funnel that you should be running. It's the very first funnel that you should be running to get people to come into your business. Now, let me explain exactly what an SLO is, what this acquisition funnel thing is. So essentially, whether you're running paid ads, you're running social media, whether you're putting a link on your business card or wherever you guys are getting your traffic from, whatever traffic source that is, you need a way to warm people up and bring them into your business, right? And if you've heard or watched any of my videos before, the warm-up process is extremely important. This is where we build trust, respect, and rapport. Remember, these people that are coming off paid ads or possibly even social media for that part, is that they don't know us yet. They have no freaking clue. They have like who we are. They just came in, and the last thing that we want to do is just start selling them something. You don't just run up to people randomly on the street and say, hey, buy this thing, buy this thing. They're like, who the heck is this crazy guy? We don't want to do that. We want to walk up to the person and say, hey, I'm Craig, da-da-da-da-da. This is, like who I am. This is like my offer, like how my offer could help you, but we're not even selling it. We're just suggesting it, okay? And we're going to get more into that when we actually get into some of the videos further down the line. But this SLO funnel is very important to have to acquire new customers, leads, clients, what have you. This is the way that we bring them into our business, we warm them up, and then we lightly offer them, a couple more products or a couple products, to essentially break even on our ad spend. Or if we're running, let's just say we're creating social media, we're creating content every single day. This is how we actually get people to come into our business. This is the converting model. This is how you get people to convert and go from, let's just say, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, what have you, whatever traffic source. Once again, this is how we get people from those platforms into our own platform, okay? This is how we actually are able to own and control the traffic, okay? You can run paid ads all day long, but the thing is that you do not actually own the traffic until you actually collect the email address. Once you collect the email address, then you have all kinds of new options available, and not just sending emails, but selling your products and services with many, many different other methods as well, which we're also going to be talking about in later videos in this course. So again, that's what a SLO is. Usually people are running this type of funnel with paid ads, because with paid ads, you can scale to the freaking moon. Like, it's literally unlimited traffic. The downside of running paid ads, though, as everyone knows, they're paid ads. It costs money to run ads, right? Well, no kidding. So this funnel, the entire process of this funnel is going to allow you to break even on those ads. So for every dollar you put in, you should be getting $1 out. And what does that mean? Well, you spend $1, you make $1 back. And you're like, well, Craig, I'm not making any money then. Yes, of course you're not making money, but that's okay, because what happened is you actually acquired a buyer, a purchaser, somebody that purchased your product. And that person, if you guys, some of you are watching and you might just be trying to essentially bring in as many leads as possible, right? Well, the problem with that model is that usually the lead quality, if you're just trying to get as many leads as possible, they're not warmed up. Once again, they don't know you, trust you, or respect you. So the lead quality is very, very, very low. In order to increase that lead quality, we want to get buyers. If you can get a buyer, that is the highest quality lead you could possibly get your hands on. That means that even if they just bought something from you for just $1 okay? These are low ticket products. These are just kind of like throw in the shopping cart, small little products that we're trying to essentially get them to take us up on a very small mini offer and then bring them through our funnel and sell them more and more expensive products, upsell them products, that sort of thing. We're going to, once again, break all of this down. But that's essentially what we're trying to do, is break even on our ad spend. Now you're like, Craig, well, I don't run ads and I don't ever plan on running ads. Well, that's okay too, because this also works with social media. You see, social media is a little bit different because there is a little bit of trust, respect, and rapport. They may have watched, 1 to 5 of your videos. They may have watched 20 of your videos. So these people that have been, watching your videos, consuming your content, you already are kind of building that trust, respect, and rapport. The problem is, though, is that you don't yet own that traffic. You don't own it and you don't control it. And if you don't own the traffic and control the traffic, well, then you can't upsell them more things. And it actually makes it very, very tough to sell products and services, because how are you going to reach out to these people? You can put your products on those social media platforms. Some of them have like little checkout pages now, and they're getting all fancy where you can, one-click buy and things like that. But even with that, once again, if they shut your account down, boom, your whole business is gone. Your whole business is gone. And every single day, I don't know about you, but every single day you see, even celebrities, everyone's getting their accounts knocked off. Like they're just, you get banned. And, once you're banned, it's a lifetime ban and you would have to literally restart from ground zero. But with an SLO funnel, you don't have that problem because you have the email address. And when you have the email address, you control the traffic and you own the traffic, okay? So I hope that makes sense just for the intro of what an SLO funnel is. Now, before we go any further, I want to actually show you what types of industries, niches that you actually, like whichever niche or industry that you're in, you could be using an SLO funnel. And it's quite surprising because every industry, every niche, this absolutely works for. I'm going to give you a ton of examples inside, and then I'm going to actually show you some of my SLO funnels that I've been running. And I've been running SLO funnels for probably 13 years. These aren't going anywhere. Still to this day, every offer that I create, I start it with an SLO. It doesn't matter if I'm selling info products. Now I'm going to go down the list, but it doesn't matter if it's info products, courses, consulting, e-commerce, retail, if you're a local small business, if you're selling SaaS, it does not matter. You need, at the very end of the day, you need people coming into your business like clockwork, day after day after day, hour after hour after hour. You always need new people coming into your business. That's how your business grows. Without that growth, your business dies. And well, then that's over. So let's hop into the iPad real quick and let me show you exactly what I am all hammering on about here. Okay. So here we go, guys. Now, real quick, look, like at the end of the day, like I just said, you can use this SLO for any product or service out there ever. It doesn't matter your niche, it doesn't matter your industry. It really does not matter. And I'm going to break that down, in this example right here. So look, like if you're selling info products, okay? If you're selling info products, this is very, very simple to do. And what we want to do, let's just say, it's a course that we're selling. If we're selling any type of information, like how to, lose 5 pounds in 7 days. If we're selling, I don't know, like, something similar to this where, maybe we have an agency or something like that, and we're trying to sell like Facebook ad services or something like that. Or, courses are really good examples. I mean, as, the funnel that I gave you guys, that's the, I call it the Rockstar funnel, because it's literally me teaching people how they can, essentially, and I put it together. It's all fictitious or whatever. It's a demo, but I filled it all in for you so you can actually see exactly what I'm typing with the copy and with the images and the offer stacks and everything put together. Literally, you just take my stuff out and put your stuff in, right? So in that example, I show you, that look, like we have a guitar course and we're trying to sell this guitar course, and it's very, very simple how all this works. Okay. And I'm going to draw kind of like a simple like SLO funnel and what this kind of looks like. Now, look, starting out, guys, and I have other videos on ads versus social, but you can run ads, you can run social, you can run any type of free traffic if you choose. You can do business cards. Like I personally have actually done this when I owned a local small business. So you can do like business cards. I mean, like wherever you put this link, it doesn't matter. It's a traffic source, right? This is your traffic source. Okay. Some traffic's better than other traffic, okay? And we have videos, there's videos on how to set your ads up and everything like coming up inside of this course. But let me just kind of give you like this bird's eye view of how this SLO funnel works and how easy it is to put together since you already have all the templates, right? So the very first thing that we want to do is we want to take our traffic source and we want to send them to an opt-in page, okay? Now, this probably might not be, brand new to anyone, but hear me out, just stay with me here. So we want to send people to an opt-in page. This is a very simple page, nothing crazy going on. It's literally, it's a small offer that we're trying to, basically exchange somebody for their email address. Let me explain. So you could do on this opt-in, there's different things that we could give away, okay? And generally speaking, I usually give away something for free on my opt-in because let's just say we're running ads. I can get extremely high click-through rates, extremely high take rates if it's free, okay? So just make it free. I'm telling you, just start with something for free. It does not have to be the biggest, craziest thing ever. Like this could be as simple as a checklist, okay? A free checklist. This could be a PDF. This could be an ebook. This could be a template. Sorry about the chicken scratch. There's going to be a little bit of that in this video. This could be, in the template, this is a good example right here because how did you get here? Well, I gave you a template. You came in, you either saw me on an ad or social media or wherever you saw me. You clicked on my free thing, which in this case was the 5X warm-up funnel, which is how we like warm up people and build trust, respect, and rapport. And I gave away that template and then also this course as well. And then also you get into the community as well. So like you get, that's all free, right? And we want to give that away for free because that is our bait. That is our lead magnet. That is our thing that attracts people and gets them off the platform and into our email list, right? And into our business essentially. And that's how we start our journey, okay? And it all starts with that opt-in, okay? This is just a very simple thing that we give away for free. We do not want to overcomplicate it or anything like that. And we talk more about this inside of the components of an opt-in video coming up in this course. Okay, so I'd recommend that it is free. Okay, oof, chicken scratch today. So after they opt in and we exchange our free thing for their email address and we collect an email address, right? What we want to do next is now look, there's many different ways we can do this. In this specific course, this is why I created a whole course, guys, for this. I created a whole course for this because this is usually where people goof it up, okay? So again, there's many ways you could do this. Test it all, but this is the way I run almost every single funnel that I have. Even the funnel that you guys came through, you've probably recognized this, okay? So I usually run an opt and I collect that email address and then, I get that email address and then I take them to a VSL. Okay, this is a video sales letter, it's called, right? And inside this VSL, it's just a video. Okay, it's just literally it's a page that looks like this. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. It's a page. It has a headline, a video, and a button. Okay, bye. So inside of this video, it's very simple. We're doing exactly what that 5X warm-up funnel is doing that I gave you guys for free earlier, right? And that funnel, we essentially use the opt-in, right? And the opt-in, once we collect the email address, it sends them to a video warm-up series. And what are we doing there? We're building trust, respect, and rapport. Because once again, we can't just run up to people randomly on the side of the road and say, hey, buy my thing, buy my thing. We have to essentially say, hey, Mr. Customer, do you have this problem? Are you trying to lose 5 pounds in the next 7 days? Like if you have that problem, I have a solution for you. Okay? So it's something, essentially you're bridging the gap. You're bridging the gap from what they just got for free. And inside of this VSL, we talk about the free thing that they just got. So for example, if we gave them a template, well, then we just talk about the template. We show them the template, okay? This is nothing, look, you can read, all the books out there on VSLs, and there are like 52, 72, 82 point, like all these things that you have to walk a person through, and like the perfect, telling this big extravagant story, and then like your big aha moment, and then how you fix the solution, and you could do all that. And I'm not saying like that works very well, but in order just to get this thing up, my recommendation is just, go on the video and just talk about what they just got, right? So like if you give away a template, just show the template, just screen share it on your computer. I can show you how to do that if you've never done this thing before, but just screen share the template and say, hey, you just got this 5X warm-up funnel. I'm going to teach you how to use it. And inside this video, you don't have to make it this extravagant training course or anything. You just say, hey, here's page 1. And this is what, page 1 on the warm-up funnel, it teaches people how to string their guitars, right? Like it's a guitar course. We can stick with that. And like video 2, like now you know how to string your guitar. Now let's learn how to play some power chords. And then video 3, and like essentially you're just warming them up. Now, if you got my warm-up funnel, and we'll talk about this a little bit further down, but if you got my warm-up funnel originally, that can be used for multiple things, okay? You can use that as just a one page like we're kind of doing right now, and you could just essentially, have them opt in once again, and then they hit a VSL page, just a single video, and instead of running them to like all the other videos, right, and then going for the sale, which they would have a lot of trust, respect, and rapport, no doubt. But instead, what I usually do is I do a tripwire on the back of this. So it's called a tripwire funnel. Craig, what the heck is a tripwire funnel? Well, the thing is that we just offered them something for free. So right now, they're watching this video about this template, okay? Well, here's the thing. And as you saw, as you guys came into mind, there should be no surprise. I'm not trying to hide anything here. I'm just being transparent as I can be. But you got my free thing. I talked about that free template. And then what did I do? Well, I said, hey, now you have this warm-up funnel. Well, wouldn't it be great if we could also have a sales page? We also had an order page. We had the OTOs, the one-time upsells. We have the thank you page. We have the emails, like the whole thing, like the whole thing. This saves time. This saves money because you don't have to pay a freelancer or anything like that. It saves you tons of time, tons of money. Like if you're paying a freelancer, you're probably going to pay like $2,500 to $5K for a build out like that. You're going to save, and if you do it yourself and try to like do everything from scratch, it's probably going to take you about 2 weeks. Okay, so I emphasize that they're saving, $2 to $5 grand and 2 weeks of time if they just pick this thing up for $7. Okay, this is the tripwire part. So what do we do after the VSL? We take them to a sales page. And inside that sales page, and before we get to the sales page, I want to emphasize on this VSL a little bit more, is that what we're doing is, again, we are talking about that free thing. So we're bridging the gap. You have to make sure that we bridge the gap. And we simply do that by just essentially showing them like, hey, now you have this template and here's the template. This is what it looks like. This is what it does. Just like, 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. And after the template, and by the way, if you want to build more trust, respect, and rapport, and you want to save time and you want to save money, then check out my $7 free product. And people are like, not everyone's going to take it, but you'd be surprised. It's only $7, right? And if you say, hey, it's only $7, well, there's no risk, right? There's no risk. And they get all this stuff and they're saving all this time and money. It'd be a no-brainer. That's what we're going after. This is a spur of the moment, quick buy, just boom, like just a real quick buy. That's what we're going for. We're not trying to sell a $1,000 course. Now you can do that, but you're going to spend so much money in ads or so much content. Like you have to make so much content in videos on the social media platforms just to get one purchase. It's just, it's not the greatest model. It's not the greatest model. We can go over that, on future videos. But so we get them to the sales page, all right? And essentially, what we're pitching is just a simple $7 product, right? And they get all these cool things for $7, okay? And then what happens is, if we do a really good job on that sales page and we say, hey, you just got this warm-up funnel, and we could even change it and say guitar training, right? So it's just like one lesson, like one guitar lesson, okay? So they just opted in for one guitar lesson. You delivered the guitar lesson here, and then what we do is we just say, hey, do you want to jump on a call? Or do you want this course, like a full guitar course, right? And we'll give you this full guitar course and it only costs $7, okay? Guys, I want you to be thinking about how you can take your core offer, whatever your big idea is, your big product, whatever that big product is, and just slice a little sliver off, all right? Slice a little sliver off and give them something that is super valuable, that'll help them, and that they will highly benefit from, but then also they'll need more things later on. And we'll get to that once we get to the upsells, okay? But for that $7, they're getting, let's just say, for the $7, they only get the opt-in, let's go with the guitar model. So, for $7, let's just say, they get 5 lessons, okay? This is a course. They get 5 lessons, okay? And that's $7, okay? So now what we can do is we can upsell them and say, essentially, we can do it's called a quantity order break discount. We'll get on this in other videos, but let's just say now 10 lessons. If they want to upgrade to 10 lessons, well, that's $14, okay? And we could do 20 lessons, we could do, there's a lot of different ways of doing this, guys, but this is just like one idea off the top of my head here. 20 lessons, for like $25, so on and so on. Then what we could do is something called an order bump. And again, we get into more of this later on. I'm drawing all this out because I want you to see, again, how we get to this self-liquidating offer part, okay? Wow, this chicken scratch is getting crazy. But essentially, we're starting to build up prices. So it's not just $7. You'd be surprised, almost no one, when we do a setup like this, almost no one takes the $7 offer. Almost everyone takes this offer because it's $7 to $25. Like it's not gonna, they don't have to ask their significant other if they can, buy this thing. It's $25. Like it's not gonna kill them, right? So we can offer some bump orders, which, we'll get to later, but these are just little mini upsells that are also on the page. And maybe it's like a one-on-one call, to get like a private lesson. Okay. And maybe that's like $97. Okay. We could have, another bump. Ooh, I am just getting sloppy, guys. I'm getting sloppy. We could have a second bump, and maybe this is like, I don't know, like $37, and so on and so on. So again, we're going to get into more of this, but what's happening here is that, they went from a free offer, right? They went from this free thing. We got their email, and now we're selling them on a low ticket product, right? We're solving a problem. They want to learn how to play guitar. They told us up here with this lesson, and now they are on a sales page to buy a little mini course, okay? And then we essentially just sell them a couple little items, okay? Nothing crazy here. The templates, guys, are all built out and ready for you. So again, just take my stuff out, put your stuff in. It's really that simple. Okay. So let's move on. There's more that we can talk about here. There's multiple things we could do. We could have also an order page here. Okay. So like this stuff right here is actually on the order page. So when they click on the button on the sales page, it goes to an order page. Or we could do something where it's just a button pop-up. So on the sales page, they just click a button, and then it pops up like this little pop-up thing comes up, and it has all of the products in there. You actually get both of these with the templates if you guys picked up any of the Pro Funnel packages that I have. So once they either opt in or order, buy the order, or they purchase it on the two-step order form or the little pop-up, then what happens? You guys seen this before. It goes to OTO1. This is your one-time offer. Now, look, I'm going to speed through the rest of this because we've been kind of going here a little bit on the video. So for the people that are still watching here, OTO1, once again, this could be something more high ticket once again. So this could be, let's just say, I don't know, my eraser is going off. So that maybe this is like 3 private lessons. Okay. And maybe we charge like $297 for that, okay? And then we have another OTO, another upsell. This is upsell 2, okay? And maybe then instead of the lessons, maybe it's like a master course, okay? Maybe it's a master course, okay? And, maybe we're giving a discount on the master course and it's only $97, okay? And or it could be higher or lower. I usually recommend keeping the prices between on these upsells. You're going to notice that most people really, really fire hard between 37 and 47. You're just going to see that on the OTOs. You'll have to do your own math and your own numbers. And, if you hop into the Funnel Visions plan, or our Funnel Visions group, we actually do calls live every week where we actually will break down your numbers. And I'll just specifically tell you like which one to go with, which prices. We'll look at all your numbers, that sort of thing. So if you like that, we meet every single week. Otherwise, OTO 3, I usually do 3 OTOs. So whatever that is, I mean, you guys get the idea, okay? I'm not going to spend all day doing this, but let's just call this 37. So, something similar to that, okay? Once we have that, then very simply, we're taking them to the thank you page. And on the thank you page, usually I just do a video. It's a very simple page that looks something like this, with a headline thanking them, usually a video congratulating them, and what to do next. Okay, and you guys can plug this into your business however you want. But then I also offer one more product actually on the thank you page, and this is like super slick because people are, believe it or not yet. They're not done buying yet. So I usually have one more product, and this is usually like my core product. It's like $97 a month or something like that. It's usually some kind of continuity, some kind of monthly package, like some pro plan, whatever it may be, okay? And I just try to go for that, okay? So that's what happens inside of this funnel. Now, it's up to you to, like, wherever you guys, like, whatever product or service you're selling on how to fulfill that. Now, I did give you that 5X warm-up funnel, right? So you could just take them right from the thank you page into, let's just say the 5X warm-up funnel, where it's just a headline, it's a video, and then it's like a button right here to take them to like video 2, and then they go to video 2, and then they go to video 3, and you're just delivering the product. That's if you don't have like a whole course built out. You could sell just a very simple little mini course. 3 to 5 videos, and 3 to 5 videos is definitely worth, like, it really doesn't matter what industry. It's probably going to be worth anywhere from $7 to $37 very easily, and you can sell it over and over and over and over again, guys. Like, you don't have to be on the calls if you don't want to. Which also, look, like if you want to build a call funnel, right, and you want to get somebody on the phone and sell a high ticket product. So let's just say you're an agency or something like that, or SMMA agency, or whatever you guys are selling. If you want to get people on a call, this is where you would offer the call. It's like, hey, you could do the template thing. Like, hey, I just gave you these templates. You're going to save time. You're going to save money. Here's the template for $7. And once you buy that thing with all the upsells, or all the order bumps and quantity order break discounts, and once you come all the way through this, now that you have this thing, you have the templates, you have this course, why don't you just hop on a call with me and I'll just build it for you, right? I'll just do it for you. And that's a very simple way to sell a done for you product. And you could easily get, right, 3 to 10K for done for you products. 3 to 10K. No problem whatsoever. And the best part is, guys, this is why I drew this hideous mess out. So let me just explain what's going on here. So we have now, like, you understand exactly like what this funnel looks like. It's basically a self-liquidating tripwire funnel, as I call it. Okay. And again, if it looks complicated, this is already built for you. I'm going to show you in a second your templates, and I'm going to show you some examples that I use. This video is going to be kind of long. So, but that's essentially what it is. Now, what's happening here, guys? This is the really interesting part. If you run, once again, if you're running ads, what happened to my thing here? If you're running ads, and let's just say you spend, it could be any amount. You could start at $25. You could start at $5 a day. It's just going to take much longer. You can run $5 a day ads. It takes a lot longer. Okay. So let's just say you run, whatever your budget is, $5.25 a day. I usually start, at around 100 a day, just because I've built so many of these. You could run your social, like whatever traffic source, once again. But here's the thing. Ads are really interesting because, again, like we talk about this in other videos, but when you are a content creator, you are feeding the algorithm. You are constantly feeding the algorithm. You have to make videos every single day, and if you stop, guess what? All the traffic disappears for most of the platforms, right? With ads, it's different. You only have to create one piece of content, like 1 to 3 pieces of content, which is just a simple image with some copy, and you hit the launch button. And that's it. Like, that's it. I mean, yes, test different creatives and things like that, but ads, that's the idea of ads, right? You're paying for the traffic, okay? It's faster, it's easier, and if you can break even on those ads, that means that you can get unlimited traffic. Unlimited traffic. And you don't have to make videos every single day. You don't have to slave and make, spend your entire day making videos and launching videos all day, unless you really like the likes, the shares, and all that. Just makes you feel good inside. I mean, like, that's up to you guys. But me personally, I just bite the bullet and I hit the ads, right? Because ads scale. You can't just turn, like, if you have a video, like you're trying to get one to go viral or something like that, it's going to take a lot of videos to finally get one that works. And once you have that one that works, it's not like forever. Like, it's not going to last until, the end of the year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be. But ads will. Ads will. All you have to do is just change the image out, change the copy, maybe change the offer if you have to. It's very simple to scale and move very, very quickly with ads. And that's why I like ads. Again, we have a breakdown of social and ads and like the differences and all that. It's coming up actually in just a few videos. So, point I'm making here is that if you spend, we're just going to use $25. I mean, let's just keep it simple here. If we're spending $100 a day, I'm just using this number because it's just easy. If we're spending $100 a day here, the goal is to make $100 right here. Well, no duh, okay? So we are plus 100, we are minus 100. That gives us, between those two, that gives us $0. But here's the thing. If we are acquiring buyers, okay, and there's actually 2 segments in here, but if we're acquiring buyers, right, which, they have trust, respect, and rapport with us, guys, even if they only buy a $1 product with us, only a $1 product, that lead is so highly qualified to buy the big stuff, the 3K, the 10K products, and so on, okay? Your core offer is in the back end, okay? It's in the back end, and we'll talk later about back ends and the systems and that. But here's the thing. This machine right here, this system, this SLO funnel is how you get unlimited traffic going to your back end offers. And that is where the real money is, guys. That is where the real money is. And I have this all templated out for you. So again, you just take my stuff out and put your stuff in. It is very, very simple to do. I hope this makes a lot of sense to you guys. And sorry about all the chicken scratch. And I know this is a very long video. But, just to break one more thing down, I'll just zoom in here. Let's just say that, on average, I'm just going to round it off to $10. For, the $10 is usually what I'm seeing for a lead that comes in, okay? And what I'm saying is that not only are we getting buyers, but we're also getting leads as well, okay? So a lead is, let's just say, a non-buyer. This is a person that opted in right here. They opted in. They came to this VSL, but they didn't buy yet. But we still have them as a lead, okay? And so we have leads now, and we also have buyers. These are 2 different subjects that we can sell, like let's just say they didn't buy the product, right? If they didn't buy the product, well, then we want to keep pushing them to the product. How do we do that? Well, we just send out emails, and I can't even do this because it's getting all sloppy, but we essentially push them back to that sales page, okay, until they buy. And we just keep sending emails, pushing them back. We just, hey man, and we hit different pain points and things like that, which again, we talk about in other videos. Now, if they're a buyer, very simply, we just go for the high ticket product. And this is how we get unlimited traffic for free, okay? I was going to walk you guys through like lead costs and things like that. But generally speaking, if you're just running ads like right now and you don't have an SLO funnel, you're probably paying anywhere from $5 to $10 per lead. These aren't even buyers. These are unqualified leads, okay? They're probably not warmed up. They probably don't have trust, respect, and rapport with you. If you're running any type of lead form whatsoever, those little forms where it's like all on Facebook, and it's like, hey, sign up to get my free thing, and they're not even taking them to like an opt-in page or anything like that. It's just like right on Facebook. These ads are called lead ads. And usually you can get people in for like $1 a lead or less, right? The problem is they don't have trust, respect, or rapport. Guess what? All these leads are junk. They're all junk. So congratulations if you spend $100 and you get 100 leads. You'd be lucky. You'd be lucky to get one good lead out of that. And that's the sad part. Whereas over here, people that come all the way through this, these leads are extremely high quality, and they're ready to buy your back end offers. Okay, guys, I don't know where I don't even know where we are in this video. It's been a long video. Let's hop in real quick, not to drag this thing on, but I want to show you a couple quick examples here. Okay, so let's just hop in to wherever we are here. No, where am I? There we are. Boom. Guys, let me just move some things around here. So hopefully you can see my screen there, which you can. Inside of the template that I gave you, and let me just move some things around. Right here, like, you have the warm-up funnel, you have the actual SLO funnel itself. Now, this is as I would call it, the elite version. This has all the pages, the opt-in, the VSL, the sales pitch, all the 9 yards. It has everything inside of it, okay? So just for example purposes, I'm using this one since it has the whole setup in there. If you guys want to upgrade, you can do so inside of the help desk group. But that's not what this video is about. So let me just show you real quick, what this thing looks like. And actually, what am I doing here? This is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you a real live example, okay? So this funnel right here, this is the actual funnel that you guys came through, or most of you came through. It depends, who's watching this. But essentially, you came in, you got that free Rockstar funnel, just like we were talking about before. This is my free opt-in, where I give away a 5x funnel, right? So you get it's the 5x warm-up funnel, okay? And then you get taken to a VSL, okay? And it's just a very simple. You've already seen this page. But it's just a very simple VSL. Here's me like saying, hey, congratulations and everything. I'll show you the opt-in real quick too, just so you have a sense of what this all looks like. So here's I call this an ugly opt-in, but this is essentially just, giving away that free thing. So they click on an ad or social media, and then essentially we're trying to go for the opt-in, okay? Where should I send your free funnel template? After they get the template, I take them to this video where I essentially walk them through that specific template. And if they like that template for just $7 more, they can also get all this extra stuff, right? And when they click on this, it takes them to the sales page, right? And now they're on the sales page. And inside the sales page, I'm like, hey, now you have this cool warm-up funnel. Wouldn't it be great if you completed and got all the other stuff with it? And then I just go through some pain points, what they all get. They get a funnel, they get the offering letter course, they get the community. And then here's all the stuff that they can optionally upgrade to, right? So like all these pages are included, and then I walk them through everything and yada, yada. This is very, very simple to put together, guys, since you already have the template, okay? We go through order pages and the rest, but we're running out of time on this video. This was supposed to be just a quick overview, but that's what happens sometimes. So other than that, I wanted to also walk through the different types of funnels you can run. You can also run this for an e-commerce style funnel. Guys, I've ran this funnel for back in 2020, and I did, and I'll just show you. So as you can see here, this e-commerce funnel, this is a stupid, simple, ridiculous, simple funnel right here. But as you can see, I did $10,580.89. And that was in the month of December of 2020. We had a pandemic going on, I believe, around that time. Still did $10,580. This is a perfect break-even funnel. Actually, we were a little bit profitable on this funnel, okay? I think my AOV, my average order value of people that purchased everything was around $35. The ad cost was $35 to acquire a new buyer. And the actual person that went all the way through it, usually I made around $70 on average, okay? That means that I'm profiting $35 for every person that comes in. That means I'm acquiring customers at a profit, okay? We're going to talk more about this in a little bit. This is just an overview video. But I want you guys to get the wheels turning and understand that how cool that is. That means we're acquiring customers for free. They're actually paying us, right? Here's what the funnel looked like. So this is just the e-commerce version. This is quite ugly and dated, but I really like it because it's simple. keep your bag safe with the metal luggage tag, free for a limited time. So, this is back in the drop shipping days. This is one of my drop shipping offers that I did. It did exceptionally well. Very simple, gave away some bonuses, some reviews. That was it, guys. I mean, a very simple funnel right there. So this works not only for info products. This works for e-commerce products. This works for retail businesses as well. Like, let's just say that, I don't know, like you're a massage therapist or something like that. And I can bring this back to FaceTime here, possibly. Let's just say you're a massage therapist, right? Well, instead of hey, Craig, I don't have info or anything like that. Well, let's just say you can make a little mini course, maybe 2 to 3 videos, just warming people up, right? So on the very front, you essentially somebody clicks on an ad saying, hey, do you have back pain in this area? Or, does your arm hurt? Or do you want to learn how to, whatever you're teaching, I guess. But you could essentially have 3 very simple videos. They opt in for it, and then you sell them a package with your paid offer, right? And that's just to come into, let's just say, your store. Okay, so you could do it that way as well. There's so many different variations here. I just want you guys, inside of this video, hoping that you can see kind of like the breakdown of, first off, like how this all can be put together, but also essentially how you can add it into your business right now, and how you can just take off a little sliver of your core offer, whether you are a massage therapist, whether you are a course creator. Course creators are pretty easy because you can just take a couple videos packaged together and just sell that for $7. Or maybe you're a consultant. If you could essentially just give away, maybe maybe 3 videos, and then get them onto like your consulting package by selling them afterwards on it. Your $7 product could be, essentially maybe like a 30-minute call, right? So you just help them with whatever you guys do, and help them get results. You sell for $7, and then when you're on the call with them, what do you do? Well, you upsell them to the package. Guys, I could talk all day about this, but this is the funnel that you want to go with. That's why I shot this entire huge course and gave you this huge templated system where you can just take my stuff out and put your stuff in. This is probably the longest video inside of the series here. So I didn't mean to drag this thing on, but hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of that. I put a little bit more of effort, and I'm very chatty. So hopefully you guys, I don't know, watch us. Hopefully some of you watch us at 2x speed, because I can't even listen to myself how long some of these videos get sometimes. That's the overview. That's what an SLO funnel is. That's why every business owner needs one. And also that is how you acquire new customers coming into your business every single day. Now, if you guys are ready to get started and put this thing together, let's just hop into the next video and get moving. We'll see you there.